Gosh.
There we go.
Let's start here.
Start here. I can see Tesco, Sainsbury's, Co-op and M&S. So let's tell us a bit about this one.
Yeah, I think this is one of the lovely things about, as Anne said, the number of key workers expanded, because possibly this might not have sort of been on the top 10 of people's list, but of course there's so many people who are vulnerable for whatever reason and can't get out. And one of our sort of amazing members decided that this was important, to have a volunteer personal shopper. And I guess what's sort of interesting is when you read her backstory is that she is going to stores that she doesn't normally shop in. So actually, it's not necessarily, it's not an easy job sort of flitting around supermarkets, especially when everybody's trying to keep to social distancing. So
follow the lines around.
Yeah, that in itself is quite stressful, especially if you think people are going the wrong way down the one-way system. And so we wanted to represent somebody who was actually sort of visiting a lot of different shops, and the reason behind why this volunteer was helping other people. And you can see the character, and it's just, again, it's an amazing example of the attention to detail that we have. Somebody's taken the trouble to get all the logos right as well. It's just incredible. And personal shoppers, clearly they're going out into the sort of the talking to the being with the general public, so we thought it was important to recognise her. She's gorgeous.
And I see she's got a nice smile. All of your key workers are smiling. They're all enjoying helping, which is lovely to see.
They know they're going to be photographed, don't they? So they want to look happy.
And I love that you've got the rainbow in the background as well, which has obviously become the real symbol at the moment, hasn't it? Really lovely. How long would that have taken to knit, this one here, do you think?
On average, members say that it probably takes 3 days. I mean, I'm not sure how much sleep somebody would get in that 3 days, but it does vary. I guess sort of 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah,
it's a real labour of love, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Really lovely. Thank you. So what's your next one, Kieran?
So I think this is Paul, the retired doctor.
Yes, I mean, this is just another amazing key worker. We know that there's been a big call to action for retired NHS workers to come back to work. And I think what we love about his backstory is the fact that he, of course, had to go through some refresher training, which makes a lot of sense, because I guess if you have been out of it for a couple of years, things move on. And I think sort of the little stories that we pick up about, what's changed over the years, and the fact that they have to make a difficult choice, don't they, whether to sort of to go back into the front line. But this doctor here, I think he feels really proud that he can do his bit and come back and help in the front line. And again, it's another example of our member who made the beautiful scrubs to go with him. And I just think he looks amazing.
Yeah, no, it's that attention to detail that really does, I think, make this project stand out, because it's the time that someone's taken to come up with the idea and then follow it through. All those little touches really are amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really lovely. And actually one of our volunteers at Citizens Advice is a retired GP. He's gone back in, I think, to help with this. So yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah.
And our final one then, and sorry, Anne, you're holding up the real version, are you, each time? You've got the live dial. Here we
go. I couldn't see it. All I can see is the photo. I can hold the live one.
James.
Yeah.
James the chef.
Brilliant.
Oh, there he is.
The nice big roast chicken.
Yeah, amazing. So James the chef and his staff, they're making meals now for NHS workers and other key workers. And again, perhaps this isn't a key worker that we might necessarily think of sort of, you know, sort of off the top of our head. But we hear so many stories about key workers perhaps not having time to go shopping or even cook anything. So to have an amazing person like James the chef there, making these delicious meals and helping them, and of course all the support that James has in ensuring that the, you know, the meals are beautifully cooked. Again, you know, it's just, you know, thank you to all the key workers out there who are doing their bit to keep everything going.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And again, it's the detail, isn't it? The little moustache and the hair and the veg and everything to make sure you've got a really hearty home cooked meal there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. So, I mean, how long do you see this going on for? Will your key workers ever run out, or will you continue to generate new dolls? Have you got any new ones that you're working on at the moment?
The latest one, I went to pick up a doll from a lady yesterday, and she said, "Oh, you're doing one for the air ambulance?" And I said, "No, nobody's doing that yet." She said, "Right, I'll do that."
Brilliant.
that makes it about number 65 on the list.
Wow.
So I will happily keep posting one a day until people stop making them. You know, it's only sort of 65 is just over sort of 2 months, isn't it? So yeah, very happy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I heard a rumour that there might be a citizens' advice doll in the office.
I would like to introduce you to Violet.
Wow, look at that.
Violet is hot off the needles. And there's her laptop.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
Her laptop and her phone and her badge. So yes, it's our newest one. So she will be posted very soon. I mean, look at the detail in that.
That's really incredible.
Fantastic.
And you've got our logo there, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. Well, I tell you what, our volunteers will be really, really chuffed to know that they've been turned into a doll.
Does she look like anyone you know?
She could be, probably quite a few of our volunteers. But, you know, I think that really, at this time when so many people are going out of their way to just keep on helping, and so many of our volunteers have got other things going on that they're juggling, whether it's caring responsibilities and, you know, things like that, to be carrying on helping and then see themselves recognised as a key worker through your project will mean so much to people. So thank you very much to whoever's been behind Violet. We'll feel very, very proud. That can be our new, can't it? Yeah.
She's lovely, isn't she?
You can see whether we might be able to get hold of Violet in person and hello properly.
I think there's a distinct possibility, yes. Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well, I think you're all incredibly talented, and I am in full admiration of what the idea, the concept, and then, you know, the range of dolls that you've come up with. What an amazing team you all are.
Thank you.
Really enjoying it as well. Hopefully not with blistered fingers from how hard.
No, I think it might just be worth mentioning that as well as this, our ladies are making fabric face masks for people. Oh wow! Rub bags. Pairs of hearts. Hospitals have asked for pairs of hearts, so when families can't visit, the patient can have one heart and the family can have the other. So that's absolutely lovely. So yes, they're sort of, apart from these, they are doing all sorts of other wonderful things as well. So yeah,
could I add to that?
Trying to do their bit.
I think the email you sent out, was it yesterday, the number of bands for the back of the masks that have been made is absolutely incredible. So these are little crocheted or knitted pieces that at the back of the head with 2 buttons on. So the elastic from a mask can go around that rather than rub the carers or the
what a good idea
ears. And it's a phenomenal number that the ladies have made.
How much have you raised so far then? Because obviously you're taking donations from people that are wanting to recognise where they can the work that you're doing, and you've very kindly recognised Citizens Advice East Hearts and Carers in Hearts as your local charities to support through this project, which we're incredibly grateful for, because that will, as I'll say in a minute, a bit about how we will use any of the money that comes our way through the project. But yeah, what made you decide to support the charities that you've chosen with this project?
We always like to keep it local. Yeah, we always like to keep it local. That was one of the considerations. What else, girls? How did we come to this conclusion?
Well, I think we actually were heading in the direction of supporting the food bank, because we all thought that that would be very good. And I actually spoke to a lady at the food bank who said that they'd had some recent donations. And she made me aware of something that I wasn't aware of, was that you can't just go to the food bank, that you have to actually be sent to the food bank. And Citizens Advice is one of the people that can do that. So that's how we came to think. Carers in Hertford was just another suggestion, because people have had association with that, and obviously they're doing very good work at this time as well.
Yeah, so it's a brilliant all the way round partnership, isn't it? And when I last checked, you'd raised well over £1,000 plus with the gift aid through the project. Have you got any target in mind of what you might like to see this raise, or
we don't do targets?
No, probably very wise.
With the first project, we make that mistake because we had no idea how it would be received. And I was setting up the page, and I sort of said to the girls, what do you think? And we thought, 1,000, do you think, possibly? And within about 24 hours, we'd smashed that. So we made a bigger target, and we smashed that. And then we made a bigger one. And then we thought, actually, this isn't looking good. We're moving the goalpost all the time. So we just took it off altogether. And just thought, whatever we raise,
the pressure off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, from our perspective, and obviously you've kindly said you'll split between the two charities, and we already know that say we had the £500 of the say 1,000 that's been raised, that would already buy a fair amount of equipment to help with an advisor working from home, because we've had to buy laptops and phones and headsets so advisors can, as your role shows, be listening to a client hands-free where possible whilst looking up details and advising them and capturing all the relevant details. So obviously we move very quickly to a home advice service. All our advice is free. We're a volunteer-led charity with a small paid team behind that. But obviously we didn't have all the equipment just to turn it into a home service as quickly as we've all needed to. So any money raised through you and through other fundraising that we're doing will really help with that, which means we can help more people now and longer term, because we can offer a more flexible service. And it might enable us to open more. So, really making a difference to us. We're really grateful, and it's just a lovely story. It's a lovely thing to be part of.